Hi, I'm Brian Stark, and I'm a design lead for our SSD programs at Seagate. I'm responsible for more or less all engineering aspects of the programs, whether it's hardware design, firmware design, uh, operations flow, collaboration with our partner, etc. The partnership with Phison goes back several years. It's not just the enterprise swim lane. We actually started with consumer and client swim lanes back in the 2017 timeframe. We did some SATA programs, and that has basically branched out into more comprehensive designs, more robust, more enterprise style designs than what some of those initial consumer platforms were targeting. So in 2018, we recognized that there was a strong surging demand coming for NVMe enterprise programs. We needed a product to fill that gap in our portfolio. We had a number of other SSDs, both internally and externally developed, but we were lacking the NVMe swim lane. So it was a question of, do we do it organically with our own team like we had done before, or basically do we partner? So when it came to partnering, we felt that was the best path forward. We could reduce our investment footprint. We didn't have to do our own ASIC. We didn't have to do our own designs. We could partner with somebody who had that expertise. And with Phison, with the IMAGIN Plus platform, we got the one-stop shop. We got the ASIC, we get the hardware design, we get the firmware design. We started collaborating with Phison back in 2018 on an enterprise controller called X1. In that effort, Seagate had identified a number of requirements from our major customers, particularly OEMs, that would be required to be implemented in an enterprise SSD solution. Beyond X1, though, I want to be clear that an SSD isn't just about the controller. The SSD is actually a finished product. It's a system, if you will. With that in mind, we not only defined the controller requirements, we also defined the SSD requirements, again, reflecting requirements back from our OEMs. And I also want to add that Seagate also contributes engineering to the product, particularly with firmware customizations that our OEMs are asking for. And the Nitro, our first product together with Phison, definitely filled that gap of hitting an NVMe swim lane, enterprise specifically. Applications range wildly across multiple use cases. It's really, whatever's good for the data center is good for Nitro. The reason it's important for our engineering organizations to be tightly coupled is really acknowledging that our companies are in different geographies. All of this geographic dispersion makes communication paramount, and having that tight coupling ensures that we all stay on the same page as a combined organization. And I really want to stress that last point. I really view this partnership, yes, we're two different companies, but I view it as a single engineering organization. We're very excited about where we can take the partnership with Phison. The engineering aspect at Phison has been proven multiple times. The IMAGIN Plus program with controllers, with SSDs, and with firmware has transformed our roadmap and our product offerings to one where we believe it's industry leading. We have a Phison product in nearly every swim lane on our roadmap now. As we go forward, we believe that NVMe is going to continue to grow. We have different form factors that'll be targeting. We believe that as we go forward, we're going to continue developing products that hit those design nodes.